We're going to talk about Chelsea again. Andy was very passionate at the top of the show. He thinks the club have made a very bad mistake and one in a number of bad mistakes that the hierarchy have made in letting Mauricio Pochettino go.
Yeah,
but
I made the point that I didn't think he'd done perfectly. There were moments in the season that weren't great, but he had the worst injury list in the Premier League to deal with. Plus an unbalanced squad.
But, supporting a football club is a broad church and there are different opinions.
Sure.
And we asked for your different opinions. And Russell is a Chelsea fan. Hey, Russell.
Hey, boys, right?
Not too bad, thank you. So I believe you disagree with Andy. You're glad he's gone.
Oh, what a day. What a day. I think you've got to look back to some of the terrible, terrible performances. Liverpool away was one of the worst performances I've ever seen from a Chelsea team, ever. I know we had injuries, I get that bit, but come on, boys.
Where were you since Boxing Day when they took the fourth most points? You don't count that, do you? Just count the one game. That doesn't make any sense.
I've been watching it, Andy. I've been watching it. And the best thing that's ever happened, I'll tell you the best thing that happened and forced him into this, Enzo. Enzo getting injured. He finally played Gallagher where he should play him next to Casido. Because he wasn't doing it all year. He's playing Gallagher in his number 10 role. It was never, ever working. He made massive, massive mistakes all year. And at the end of the day, what has he ever won? Come on, what has he ever... I could have won the league in PSG.
Yeah, well, you say he made massive mistakes. I don't agree with you, obviously. You say he made massive mistakes. He made some mistakes. He made a lot of right decisions. Certainly the players really liked him and were building towards... and were becoming a team. What would it hurt just to keep him in place for another year? What would have been the problem? Then they take them on to the next level. We all know Chelsea have got a squad of players that can challenge within 2 years. But the idea they're going to challenge next year, having to start again, it won't happen. These people are delusional. I don't know what they think they are. They don't look at the other clubs. They don't look at what's going on. It's just ludicrous. It's not like Roman. They don't know what they're doing, these people.
How do you feel about the ownership, Russell, irrespective of how you felt about Pochettino? How do you feel about the ownership and the job they've done with the club?
Listen, they've made mistakes. They've made mistakes as well. To be honest with you, I'd go back now, go back a year or a year and a half. First things first, why didn't they bring Pochettino in for them last 8 games of last season instead of Lampard? That made no sense to me whatsoever. He'd gone into the club trying to learn a bit about it anyway. But that made no sense to me. So they've made massive mistakes. I get that. But that's their culture. That's how they run these sports clubs. We've been very, very lucky with Abramovich. We can't fault him. But let me tell you now, Pochettino would have gone in December if Abramovich would have been the owner.
Yeah, but then Abramovich would have given Pochettino much more chance to win the game. He wouldn't have given them a young, inexperienced, unbalanced squad with no striker. He would have got a Drogba or a Costa under Roman. So you can't say that. It's ridiculous.
I don't think he would have done. You look at the last whoever under Abramovich who made the decision to buy a player, apart from Mourinho in probably his first spell.
No, he did. He made the decisions with Marina
Exactly.
Granevskaya. Of course he did. But he gave the managers the opportunity to win. These people haven't given their managers the opportunity to win. They've handicapped them.
Russell, how important or how much did it matter to you that he'd been at Spurs? Was that an issue for you?
Oh, huge issue for me.
Yeah,
I mean, I know it's a huge issue for me. And the thing my main thing was that he'd never won anything. Why did we make this big fuss about getting Pochettino? I don't particularly
because
like
he's very, very good at developing young players and very good at taking the team on to the next level. That's what he could have done. That's what they should have done. Then look at somebody else like McKenna who's had another 2 years' experience. Who do you think they're going to get? They just want a yes man. Who do you think will go into that club and do a good job? Nobody.
That's a great question. We can't have McKenna. And please, let's not go back to Brighton for the Zerbi. Please.
So who would you like, Russell? Funny, who would you like to see come in now?
I mean, the dream would be to get Tuchel back.
It doesn't look like that's going to happen, does it?
That's
no, and there's things have gone on in the behind the scenes that Simon Jordan keeps alluding to that we don't know about. I'd love him to tell us one day.
He probably can't.
No, he probably can't. But the point is, this is not a bloke that is good at he's good at delivering now, but he's not good at working with young players and everything. They had the right bloke in place for the project that they wanted. Yeah. I just think they've made a massive error.
Amorim seems to be among the favourites at Sporting. What do you make of that, Russell?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind him, to be honest. And don't forget as well, he has walked here. He's not just been sacked. He has walked. They've come to an agreement apparently.
Why do you think that might be?
I think they've got a way.
Can't we?
Well, they've got a way they want to work, and he doesn't want to work like that.
How will you feel if they have to sell Gallagher and Chalobah because they've made all these mistakes in the transfer market? We still think they're any good?
I'm going to make a very. I think they sell Reece James rather than them two.
Well, they won't sell him now because he's been injured. So there
wouldn't be any shortage of takers for him, would there?
So that would be my guess. Rather than as you said, Chalobah's come in and done very, very well.
Yeah. Russell, we're going to have to leave it there. We've got enough, but that was a really good call. Interesting. Thanks very much for calling us. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. There's Russell there, the Chelsea fan. Let's squeeze Adam in as well. Who I think Adam felt that Pochettino wasn't the man for the job. Hi, Adam.
How are we doing, guys? You all right?
Not too bad, thank you. Heard what Andy had to say. Heard what Russell had to say. What do you make of it all?
I was very anti-Poch in the beginning, and the start of the season was a shambles. We were sitting here, the game was terrible. But I'm confused by Bowley because 1 minute this is a long project, and this is a long project, and we need to bide time. And the next you're reading that they've got rid of him because they want to be challenging for top four straight away. And Poch, I mean, for me, he did turn it around the end of the season, but I would have liked to see him another season bring the players on. Not so much maybe the team in general, moving them up, but I think he would have brought these players and got the best out of individual players and then maybe looked for a bit more of a winning manager. Because I don't think Poch is a winner. He hasn't won much in his career. But what's worrying, I think, is the distance between Bowley, the owners, and the rest of the club, the players and even the fans. None of us really know what's going on. That's what's concerning me at the minute, is we don't really know the project or the plan.
Do you agree with that, Andy?
I do. I agree with a lot of what he said. He agrees with me, really. I think another year of Pochettino would have been a very, very good idea.
Yeah.
Would have taken the club to the next level. They will get there eventually. You can't spend the money and have the sort of players Chelsea have. If you find the right bloke and you back him, which they never did with Pochettino, but if you back him, then they will succeed. They will.
Well, no, look, they backed him in terms of numbers and spend. They just didn't get the balance of the squad.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't. And they didn't. And
you went out and bought two. I mean, buying sort of Lavia as well as Caicedo was just nuts.
Mad. Absolutely mad. But, they've done that, and so Pochettino's taken the blame. So that's what they do.
Who would you like to see come in next, Adam?
Zerbi, I mean, there's a lot of talk about him, but what did he really do at Brighton? For me, Brighton's sort of a club that runs itself. The last couple of managers they've had, they haven't really moved from where they are. I don't know. Everyone wants Tuchel back, but he's not coming back. Bowley's ego's never going to do that. I mean, you're looking at Amorim, or you look at Maresca. I think when he one of Pep's proteges, I'm not sure, but that's into the question. I generally don't know, and for that reason as well, I would have given Poch another season.
Yeah.
But
well, Adam, good call. Thank you, mate. Thanks very much. That's Adam, the Chelsea fan.
He basically agreed with me, didn't he?
He kind of did. Yeah, broadly he did agree with you. Russell certainly didn't, but say it's a broad church.
Yeah, sure.
We'll dot some more calls around.
Paul Hawksbee and Andy Jacobs, Monday to Friday afternoons 1 till 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.